Hello, my name is Daniel. I'm the one from the north predicted in Isaiah 41. And I'm the latter day Daniel that's come to give the everlasting gospel that was foretold in the book of Revelation 14, gospel of creation. All that we have imagined in Moses in the beginning was darkness at first, and actually, that is not exactly how it was. So sit back and enjoy the everlasting gospel of creation that was foretold in Deuteronomy 18:18 as well. Moses said, and in Acts 3, Moses said that a prophet like him would come. So here I give you, my name is Daniel of Canada, Windsor, Ontario, the everlasting gospels. Put on my glasses here. So love from love, hope from hope, and peace from our prince thereof. And let the wise understand that Deuteronomy 18:18, as I said, was of the end time prophet who I am like Moses in that I am a covenant giver, and I have a video that's called The Prophetic Word of Joel Osteen. And in the last 15 minutes of that video, check it out. I give the covenant to all flesh as the prophet Joel foretold. So I give you the everlasting gospel. Before the beginning was the glorious light of love, nor was there anything dark anywhere that could be seen by anything. For that light of the ages walked as the Almighty, and the blinding rays of his word was ablaze with much marvelous fire of life, that nothing under his smile of his freely given everlasting life could ever have withered away towards lovelessness. Neither was at that point any blackness anywhere within any distant corner of all that once was, nor was there any places of darkness any place where our most lofty Adonai was. Even the nothingness of some distant shadows couldn't exist around their unending presence, which filled up every space within all infinity. For the brightness of our trinity of faith, hope, and love could never be hid from any uncreated creation, which was still but a thought in the mind of Jehovah Nissi, the banner of love, and kingdom age peace that now arises as foretold in Isaiah 60. So it came to pass that Allah then said, "Let us speak forth darkness, which shall only come from our absence alone." Then our God had instantaneously brought forth a form of darkness, which was born from out of a newly created shadow that was laid across every place where their light of love was not cloaked. And yet, at the very same time, in the places where their light of forgiveness was not, there also were they, by way of their everlasting spirit of unity, who always went before our living word and the most amazing glory of his overflowing resplendence, of his very awesomeness of love. 'Twas therefore the supernatural time for the order of things to come forth in an orderly way, which would be organized, mathematical, and methodical in its sudden unveiling. But in the description that Moses would from Moses, it would become misunderstood in Genesis. For when he recorded in Genesis 1:3, the light that he spoke of was only the light of our sun and had no bearing on God's light of love that was before all darkness. In the beginning, our God of all also created the outer spaces of heaven, along with a multitude of heavens within that heaven of heavens, and space was without division. For the emptiness of nothingness filled that great void to its overflowing fullness. Nor could any more space be contained within its endless borders which reached out towards the farthest places where the Spirit of love was from the time before everlasting ever had a chance to come forth. And the Word of God had complete control over all as our Ancient of Days. And as he worked his miracle of creation, heaven's space within that vastness of space was without substance, and gross darkness was upon those unseen places. Then the Spirit of love moved across all of that darkest space when Elohim said, "Let us now create distant lights in diverse places." And within but a moment of a moment, everything unexpectedly imaginable came forth in a very loud bang, and that explosive word of creation never returned void unto our carpenter of the ages, whose rugged hand built everything that he imagined. Nor was there anything yet made that ever could have heard that great boom of creation. Then with all authority, Jehovah Rapha, our kingdom age healer, then spoke to our Messiah Jesus, as his Spirit of glory accomplished creation, as his living word gladly did say. And our Godhead of one saw that those new lights were very good, and they instantly blazed away with blinding rays streaming from those new shining suns of countless galaxies within unending universes, which ran all throughout the great vastness of forever onwards, all the way towards the most holy place where infinity begins and ends within our beloved ones, our beloved love's all-knowing mind, for he is love. And it came to pass that our Most High God then called the remarkable light of those distant stars illumination. They were fiery places where the blackest black holes would eventually go. So it was then the moment when our Trinity of One looked far and wide over everything they had done, and they were very glad. 'Twas also the invented hour of wonder when time itself came forth from out of the absence of many ticks, from where no clocks ever talked before. Christ was overflowing, and God then said, "Let us fill the heavens with great diversity, with nothing being as another." And so it was done, for it instantly happened that the great heavens suddenly held countless gas giants, planets, moons, and a multitudes of smaller planetoids, all made with very great age as part of the mystery of God from Revelation 10:7 that is over. Even some asteroids, comets, and meteors came forth as shimmering falling stars, so all of creation could make heartfelt wishes as all of its rocks began crying out. And at the word's command, there was absolutely nothing that came forth upon God's most marvelous wind of wondrous power that was like anything else that was already made. And this is continued in my free word of love for those emailing me at armageddon.owsley@gmail.com. And I hope you have enjoyed the everlasting gospel of Revelation 14. And I would add one last thing, that now the sickle of Amos 9 comes forth, and the sowers have overtaken the reaper. And the reason that the mystery is over is because I have proven 7 invalidity